A reflection on Psalm 97. The Lord reigns over all the earth. During the pandemic that the world has been going through, some people have felt that God has been absent. Even Christians with strong faith have at times felt at a distance from God, particularly when they were unable to gather with other Christians in church. The Israelites had felt a deep sense of abandonment when the Temple of Jerusalem had been destroyed. They had thought that they would be protected by God's steadfast love forever. Now they believed that he had broken his promise and let them down. They were trying to find hope amid the ruins of overwhelming destruction. They wanted a God that could provide action. But the Israelites came to realize their purpose in God's plan. They realized that they did not need a Davidic king. Other gods come and go, but the eternal God is faithful forever and rules over all. Psalm 97 tells us of an exceedingly joyful celebration. It is one of a group of psalms called enthronement psalms because it tells of a procession to welcome the God of Israel as their king and give thanks for his beauty and majesty. These processions were probably held regularly as remembrance that God of Israel was king over all. Verse 1 says, "The Lord is king." In verse 3 we read, "The fire goes before him and consumes his adversaries on every side." This is not an angry cry, but a humble prayer that God will thwart those doing evil. In verse 4 we read, "His lightnings light up the world, the earth sees and trembles." God is illuminating the whole of creation, showing himself as King of all people for all time. Verse 2 tells us clouds and thick darkness are all around him. This is a reminder to trust God as his plan of redemption is hidden or partly hidden. God later revealed himself in his Son, Jesus Christ. So for us as Christians, God is partly revealed, but we still have to trust, be patient, and wait until he makes himself known clearly and fully. Everyone can rejoice and remember God's holiness. Remembering that God is all-powerful and reigns over all, I want to read this prayer written by Mary Fleeson. I pray that God will speak loudly and that you will hear humbly. I pray that God will act mightily and that you will receive graciously. I pray that God will bless amazingly and that you will share freely. I pray that God will be close and that you will walk safely. Amen.